Welcome to Balanced Body and Beyond. Wonderful to have you joining me today. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure you place yourself next to a flight of steps, because today I want to share with you a way to stretch your body and strengthen your body in a fashion that you had maybe no idea you could, and achieve a whole nother level of stretch and strength by simply using an elevated surface. So that being said, let's just go ahead and get right into it. We're going to begin by sitting down on a step. Now, some of you will play with the different levels of step. For now, I'm going to sit on my first step, and certainly as you become more adjusted to the stairs, you decide where you want to sit. I'm going to shut our eyes, relax our shoulders, and take just a small piece of time here to inhale and exhale through our nostrils. Setting an intention, getting present, and prepared to dedicate this time to your body, to your breath, to your mind, and connecting them all together. And as you breathe, I want you to breathe into the whole body. Breathe right into your fingertips and toes. Warm up your breathing muscles like all the other muscles of your body, giving them your full attention. Wonderful. So opening our eyes and setting our left hand down on the stair. Go ahead and take a side bend, look to your top hand, and then switch. Overhead reach, little side stretch. But what you might notice as you're sitting here, your hips are opening a lot more freely without fighting them or being uncomfortable. And if you do not need to sit on a stair step, by all means, just slide on down to your mat and you can do the same moves. And then both hands down. We're going to step the soles of our feet onto the mat. Now, you may decide to lift your hands higher like this, or lower, but our move goes like this. We're going to drop our hips to whatever level you're at and then pick your hips up. So down and then up, opening through the front of your body. And you might notice this is engaging your tricep muscle, right? If that's too much, try sitting on a step and you will be lighter, right? So when you lift your upper body, take away some resistance. And now suddenly, you might be a lot more successful with the move. So throughout today's session, you do not have to be where I am. You choose to be wherever works for you. And now we'll sit back down on our step. We're going to cross our ankle over our thigh. If you have tighter hips, try this. Come to your second level. That works a lot nicer for me for sure. And then you can lean forward, feel a little hip opening, and sit tall. Take your arms, cross them, and we'll go side to side. So using some stairs is a great tool for beginner yoginis, or if you are just designed a little tighter through the body. Good, nice twist side to side. And then looking forward, try leaning forward. And it might be after a few repetitions, you find you can lower yourself down and access the stretch here. Either way, let's untangle. I'm going to take my hips up to the second step and now send our other ankle crossing over, making a figure 4. Find the place for you. We'll cross our arms and we'll start twisting side to side. go ahead and turn your head, look behind you. So we work on the muscles down the neck. And looking forward, let's try leaning forward. Lifting our chest and then untangling the legs. We're going to turn our bodies around and take child's pose. I see a lot of folks in my yoga classes that struggle with getting their hips back to their feet. So using an elevated surface for your arms, and look, I'm going to try it on the second step. And oh my goodness, what a fabulous stretch right here. I want you to breathe into those tight spots, perhaps nasal breathing. Or try inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. We're going to try deepening our stretch down the side of our body by sending our arms off to the left-hand side. And then you can just stack your right hand over your left. Now, I lowered myself down a step. You can try how that. My hands are stacked one on top of the other, and I'm deepening a side stretch. And let's try that on the other side. I think I'm going to try the second level. And I'm tucking my toes underneath on this round. Just get a little more stretch to the bottom of my foot because I can. And my left hand is stacked on top of my right. And I'm deepening that side stretch. Good. And then recenter your arms straight in front of you at whatever level of step you'd like. Rocking your hips forward. We're going to send our left leg out, and we'll do some hip rocks here with our left leg extended. My hands are on the step compared to maybe my hands being on the floor. So I encourage you to explore a little bit. Now, another cool thing you can do, if you have a banister on your step, you could also try holding onto the banister. Now, I know everybody's staircase is going to be a little different. If you don't have the banister, just reach to the side and you can hold something like this. You guys will have to be a little creative depending on what you're using. And then let's switch. Super cool, right? So as we do our hip rocks, the sole of your right foot is pressing firmly into your mat. If you need any extra cushioning under your knee, you can grab a pillow or anything around the house. That's going to help you get a little cushioning under the knee. And now if you have a banister, you can hold on to the banister. I pointed my left foot and I'm kind of sitting back on that foot now. I didn't do that on the other side. Again, I'm just kind of playing just like you guys in accessing the stretch in different fashions. There's no right or wrong, just kind of whatever works for your body. Well done. All right, so now let's go ahead and stand, but we're going to stay low to the mat and our hands are on this elevated surface to help us shift side to side. All right, loosening up the hips. A lot of what we've done so far has been loosening up through the hips, hip opening, which I think everybody needs, and lengthening through our spine in our child's pose. Excellent. We're going to come all the way down onto the floor and lay on our backs now. We're going to set up some hip lifts, some bridges. So we're going to begin by taking our feet on this step here, and we'll lift our hips up and down. Now, if you don't like the feet elevated, you can place them flat down on the floor. And I'm going to give you another way to try your bridge by taking your legs out and extending them on the step, and then lifting high. You're going to push your calves into your stair step and then come down. Very different feeling with our legs straight. Certainly not a traditional hip lift or bridge, but it definitely gets into the muscles of the back side of the body, does the trick for strengthening, and you get a really nice stretch through your thighs. We'll be here for a few more repetitions. And we're going to bend the knees once again if they're not bent. And you can have your feet close together. We'll take the legs side to side like windshield wipers. Now I like to send my arms out wide to help brace my upper body. And then I turn my head side to side. You can hold to one side for a breath or two. And once again, if you don't need the step, you can lay flat on your mat with your feet on the floor and do our windshield wiper move. Awesome. We're going to separate our knees and bring the soles of your feet together. You're in a butterfly pose. And let your hands rest on the inner thighs and just allow the hips to open. Again, another great hip opening exercise. And from here, we're going to try some bridges. So hip lift from butterfly. Strengthening the back side of our body. Opening the front of our body. A few more. And not every exercise and not every pose is for everybody. So just keep that in mind. If it doesn't work for you, make the adjustments. Bring your knees together and come on up. Excellent. I'm going to show you a variation of a quadricep stretch utilizing that step. So you're going to sit on the step and you're going to slide your leg behind you. So working through quad and hip now. So at the second level of the step, it might give you more space to drop the knee down. You can lean back, open up through your chest. Let's try twisting and looking back behind you. And if you don't feel like this is a quality stretch for you, come on down one step. That front leg can be resting on the stair. Good, and then we'll turn around and try it on the other side. So with anything new or doing something for the first time, there may be a little bit of weird, awkward, I don't know if I like it, but give it a shot, add a twist, and keep trying. And you might figure out something that I'm not showing you, and that's wonderful. Good, we'll come back to the center. I'm going to use this banister to show you a really nice shoulder stretch. You can also do this against the wall, but you're going to lean here and push forward, opening through your shoulder. And you can hold that for 2 to 3 breaths. And straighten up your arm a little bit more. If you can get your elbow above your shoulder, you might feel a greater stretch here, but then just using your own body weight to push against that arm. And you try it on the other side. Same thing. I would work at getting your elbows set at shoulder height initially and your body square. And then a little bit more advanced, lift your elbow a little higher and push in. Awesome. We're going to take our downward dog into another space by elevating our hands on the step. So pressing our hips back and down. And we'll do some alternating heel presses here. But when your upper body is elevated a bit, you might find a downward dog is much more accessible to you. Let's push both heels down, send your hips back, hold this downward dog. Now your hands shouldn't slip because my fingers are being stopped by the step ahead. We'll come to our knees. Take our fingers to our temples, open up through our chest. Now we already did one really nice chest opener using the banister. So bringing your elbows together, take a bow. Inhale, open. Exhale, take a bow. Try sitting back on this one. Inhale, hips open. One more time. Phenomenal. Inhale, open. We're going to turn to the side, staying on our knees. Place our hand on the stair and take a side bend here. Maybe you get a little closer. You put your hand on the higher step and take a side bend. We did some seated side bends, but from a kneeling position, different side stretch. And let's swing around, try it on the other side, either level, and just holding this side stretch. I'm going to get a little closer, put my hand on the second step. Awesome. We're going to have a seat on the step, and we are going to strengthen our quadriceps a little. I'm sitting on the second step because it is set for my body. My hips are at knee height. So depending on your size, you might be up to step number 3. But nonetheless, we are going to float our hips up and then sit back down. See how that feels. This can be done from the third step. Also, if you have these banisters, you can use them to help lift you up, right? You can use them here, right? But the idea here is we are strengthening our quadriceps. And this is a great way to enter chair pose, which we will try in a moment. Ooh, how about that? Okay, stay seated and let's join our feet together. And from here, this is going to be much more challenging with your feet together. Let's push up off the step and take chair pose. Relax your shoulders. Take a twist, look back behind you. Swing your arms forward, and then the other side. And swing your arms forward. One more on each side. Hold chair pose. Now I know those legs are probably a little tired, but can you lean back and find your step? Ooh, I'm going for the low step. Very good. We're going to spin ourselves around and do a forward fold. So many folks can't get their hands down to the floor. So voila, step a little closer to your step and use that step to brace your arms. And we're going to take some twists here. Reaching our arm up. So as your left arm goes up, bend your right knee. And then switch. Side to side. So there are so many different ways we can stretch and strengthen using our stairs. And I'm just brushing the surface a little bit to introduce a style of exercise utilizing the step that you might like. And you can do anytime, any place. Awesome. And then if we want to crawl up the stairwell a little bit more, I'm going to get my feet on this bottom step And we're gonna do some alternating heel presses, and that's magnificent. Now you'll have to get the ball of your foot situated just right on the step, depending if you have hardwood steps or carpeted steps. Might feel a little uncomfortable on your bare feet, but you sort that out. So what I love about this is I'm just kind of shifting my weight side to side, looking under my arm, getting a super nice stretch in the back of my leg. I can take my arms down closer, I can rest my head on my forearms and just hang here. Let my heels drop. If you have plantar fasciitis or tight muscles in your feet, oh my goodness, this feels so good. I am someone who's on my feet all day, so stretching the bottoms of my feet is so valuable for my longevity of my feet and legs. Big breaths. I would stay here for 30 minutes if I could, but you guys probably don't want to do that, do you? All right, so let's step off. And then you can step back here. We're gonna take a low lunge. My hands are elevated, which is excellent. Now I'm gonna come to my back knee for a moment and get my front foot right up against the stair here. And I'm gonna reset and take a spinal twist, up and then down. Inhale, lift, exhale. And if you don't have any problem with this exercise, having both hands on the floor, you know the drill. Take both hands to the floor. And hold. Drop your back knee down. Good. Both arms can come up. And then we're gonna make a T with the arms. And once you're in this T, you can drop your hand down to a step. And then come back up, and woo, you see how much strength that takes. I'm gonna try that again. When you don't succeed the first time, try again. Take your hand to maybe a lower step. I don't know, we'll find out. And then slowly push up. Ooh, one more. This is a great core strengthening exercise. Balance, stability. Excellent. Make the T, and then face your stairs. Let's try this on the other side. Both knees down. Get your toe right up against the step. That's where I feel it's most successful. Hands on the step. You can pick up the back knee, and we'll begin our twist. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Mr. George has not been in many videos because I've been outside. But today, he gets to join in. No chickens, they're all outside. Maybe in the winter I'll invite them in. I hear there's a thing called chicken diapers. I don't know. All right, hold here. Put your back knee down. We'll bring our arms up. And then we'll twist and make that T. So once you feel stable in your T, you can drop your front hand down to either step. And then without losing balance like I did on the last one, and if you do lose your balance, it's okay. Just try it again. Yeah, come back to your T. Just one more. Voila. And face your step. Awesome job. Both knees down. We're gonna try pyramid pose. And again, I love the step for this. So I just switched out to my other leg again. And now my hands are on the step. And I'm gonna straighten my front leg and bring my forehead to my knee. Big breaths in and out. And from here, we're gonna take triangle pose. So you're gonna pivot your back foot flat, walk both hands to the step a little bit in front of your right foot. And then we're gonna come up and take triangle pose. So using an elevated surface, which often you use a block in this position, gives you the same access. But you got the idea, right? So let's go ahead and come down, lower your back knee to the mat, and switch it out. Your toe flush to the step, hands on the step, and straighten both legs. Back heel pushes down, forehead comes to your front knee. It's a stretch for the hamstring of the front leg for sure. You might feel a nice stretch in the back leg and your heel, your Achilles. And then we'll walk both hands to the inside of the left foot. Rotate your back foot so it's flat. And then bring up your arm, stacking shoulders. Can you gaze to the ceiling? Awesome. Both hands come down, and we are going to have a seat on whichever step you want. And we are going to finish like we started. Hips open. Bring back the breath. Might shut your eyes. Opening your eyes, inhaling, breathing in all that's good, nourishing and healing, finding something new today. Thumbs come to heart center. Namaste. Thank you. Hit subscribe, join again, and we'll keep introducing more and more new tools as we progress. Thanks.